There's a distinct humming vibration in the air right now, and it feels like the static electricity that builds up right before a lightning strike. It is nervous, it is anticipatory, and it is incredibly painfully specific. We are looking at the energy of a Virgo, someone with heavy Virgo placements, or perhaps someone currently channeling the most anxious, analytical, and critical aspects of this archetype who is currently locked in a battle with their own thumbs. That is where this starts. The phone, the screen, the cursor blinking on a blank message thread or hovering over your name in their contact list. It is a standoff. They are sitting there likely in a space where they are supposed to be doing something else, working, reading, driving, sleeping, but their mind has been completely hijacked by the impulse to reach out to you, but they haven't done it yet. And the reason they haven't done it is not because they don't want to. Oh, they want to. The desire to text you is consuming them. It is an itch they cannot scratch, a hum in their blood that won't go away. But there is a wall between them and that send button, and that wall is built entirely out of one specific paralyzing fear, the fear that you will not care. This isn't just a fleeting insecurity. For a Virgo who prides themselves on utility, competence, and mattering, the idea of reaching out and being met with indifference is the ultimate nightmare. It is not just that they fear rejection, it is that they fear insignificance. They are terrified that if they send that message, you will look at it, shrug, and move on. That you will think, oh, it's just them, and that their attempt at connection will land with the thud of a stone in a deep well. They are analyzing the potential outcome of this text with forensic detail. They have run the simulation in their heads 100 times, and in 99 of those simulations, they come out looking foolish, desperate, or unimportant. I want to take you inside their mind for a moment because it is a chaotic place to be right now. Imagine a room filled with filing cabinets, all perfectly organized and labeled. This is how they usually operate. Every emotion, every interaction, every person has a designated folder. But you are a pile of papers dumped on the floor in the middle of the room. You are disorganized. You are unquantifiable. And they cannot stop staring at the mess. They are thinking about texting you because they feel a compulsion to organize the mess, to pick up the papers, to see where you fit. But they are stopped by the thought that maybe they don't fit anywhere in your world. Maybe in your world, they are just another paper on the pile. This fear that you won't care manifests in very specific ways. First, there is the hesitation over the content of the message. I can see them typing something out, reading it back, and immediately deleting it because it sounds too much. It sounds too eager. It sounds too vulnerable. They ask themselves, why am I texting this? Do they even want to hear from me? They are trying to craft a message that is casual enough to be safe, but engaging enough to warrant a response. They want to hit that perfect sweet spot where they can test the waters without drowning in them. But the problem is, they have no gauge for your temperature right now. They are in the dark. And Virgos hate the dark. They want data. They want clarity. And the lack of clarity is driving them to the brink of insanity. They are replaying past interactions in their head, looking for clues. Did I miss a sign? Did they laugh a little too hard at that joke? Or was that just polite? Did they hold eye contact for a second too long? Or am I imagining things? They are dissecting your behavior like a science project, trying to predict the future based on past data. But the data is inconclusive, and that is what is so terrifying. If they knew for sure that you were indifferent, they could walk away. If they knew for sure that you loved them, they would sprint towards you. But this middle ground, this ambiguity, is where they go to die a little inside. It is where their anxiety flourishes. I am picking up on a lot of self-criticism here. They are looking at themselves in the mirror and finding flaws. They are thinking, why would they care about me texting them? I'm not interesting enough. I'm not exciting enough. I'm just me. They are comparing themselves to who they think you are or who they think you want, and they feel like they come up short. They see you as this bright, shining, perhaps chaotic or free-spirited energy, and they see themselves as dull, rigid, or overly serious. They think that their idea of a good time, talking about deep topics, analyzing the world, just sitting in comfortable silence might bore you. They are terrified that if they text you, they will be bothering you, that they will be an interruption to your much more interesting life. This is the Virgo shadow at work, the feeling of unworthiness masked by the desire for perfection. They don't want to text you until they have the perfect thing to say. They want to be witty, charming, helpful, or insightful. They want to provide value to you. If they text you just to say hey or what's up, they feel like they are wasting your time. They feel like they need a reason. They need a pretext. And the fact that their mere presence isn't reason enough for them is a tragedy of their own making. They don't realize that you might just want to hear from them, regardless of what they say. They can't fathom that their name popping up on your screen might make you smile, simply because it's them. They assume you need content, entertainment, or solutions. They don't understand that you just want connection. And so they sit on their hands. They stare at your profile. They might check your last seen status. They are waiting for a sign, a green light, some cosmic signal that says yes, text them. They are waiting. But the universe isn't giving them that clarity, or at least they aren't able to see it because their fear is blinding them. They are so focused on the possibility of rejection that they are paralyzed. They are thinking, if I text now and they don't reply for 3 hours, I will die inside. If they reply with one word, I will crumble. If they don't reply at all, I will cease to exist. The stakes are incredibly high in their mind. This isn't just a text message. It is a referendum on their worth. I also feel a strong sense of regret in this energy. They are regretting the silence that has already accumulated between you. They are thinking, it's been too long. If I text now, it will be weird. They are kicking themselves for not reaching out sooner. They feel like they missed the window of opportunity, and now they are standing outside a locked house, peering through the window at the party going on inside. They feel like an outsider looking in. They are terrified that you have moved on, that you have forgotten about them, or that you have replaced them with someone who is braver, someone who actually texted back when it mattered. There is a very specific mental image of them holding their phone, thumb hovering over the keyboard, taking a deep breath to steady their racing heart. They might even type out a draft, something like, I saw this and thought of you, or how has your week been? Something simple, something safe. But then the delete key gets hammered. Because I saw this and thought of you implies they have been thinking of you, which exposes them. And how has your week been? Feels too generic, too open to a dry one-word answer. They overthink the punctuation. A period seems too cold. An exclamation point seems too eager. An emoji seems too childish. They are paralyzed by the minutia of digital communication. They are trying to solve a Rubik's Cube that is constantly changing colors. Underneath all this anxiety is a deep, welling pool of affection. They miss you. They really, really miss you. They miss the sound of your voice. They miss the way your mind works. They miss the safety they felt when they were around you. Virgos often find safety in consistency and understanding, and you provided that for them. You were a constant in a chaotic world. And now that you are gone or distant or quiet, they feel untethered. They want to reach out and grab that lifeline again. They want to text you and say, I miss you, I'm sorry, I'm weird, please talk to me. But the fear that you would read that and feel nothing is like a gun to their head. They would rather suffer in silence than risk the humiliation of being unwanted. They are also wrestling with their pride. Oh, the Virgo pride. It is not a loud, boisterous pride like a Leo. It is a quiet, stubborn pride. It is the pride of, I don't need anyone. I am self-sufficient. To text you is to admit that they need you. It is to admit that they are not doing fine. It is to admit that their life is better with you in it. And that admission feels like a defeat to them. They feel like they should be able to handle their feelings on their own. They feel like they should be able to get over it or move on like a rational adult. But their heart is refusing to cooperate with their brain. Their heart is screaming, text them, just text them, while their brain is screaming, stop, you're making a fool of yourself. The tension between these two opposing forces is exhausting them. I can feel the fatigue in their energy. It is mental, emotional, and physical. They are likely not sleeping well. They are distracted. They are irritable. And all of this is happening over a text message that hasn't even been sent yet. That is the power you hold over them. That is the impact you have on their life. They are losing their peace over the thought of you. I want to touch on the terrified you won't care aspect again because it is the core of this reading. They aren't necessarily terrified that you hate them. Hate is still an emotion. Hate implies passion. Indifference is the absence of passion. Indifference is the void. And they are terrified that to you, they are just nothing. That you have moved on to brighter, better things, and that they are just a distant memory, a faint blip on your radar. They project their own intense focus onto you and assume that because they are obsessed with you, you must be indifferent to them. It is a distorted mirror. They see themselves as small and you as large. They see themselves as the supplicant and you as the king or queen who holds court and may or may not grant an audience. This fear is making them feel incredibly small. It is shrinking them. They are retreating into their shell, pulling their energy in, trying to make themselves as small as possible so as not to be a burden. But this retreating behavior is counterproductive. It creates the very distance they are afraid of. By not texting, they are ensuring that there is silence. By not reaching out, they are creating the reality where you don't respond because you don't know they are there. They are manifesting their own nightmare through their inaction. I sense that they are watching you from a distance in the ways that are available to them. Social media, maybe. They are looking for clues that you are thinking of them. They are analyzing your posts, your stories, your interactions with others. Who is that person in the background? Are they happy? Do they look like they miss me? They are looking for a crack in the facade, a sign that you are hurting just as much as they are. But if you look happy, if you look like you are living your best life, they take it as a confirmation that you don't care. They think, see, they are fine. They don't need me. I would just be bothering them. They don't realize that people often post their highlights, not their heartbreak. They don't see the moments where you might be looking at your phone, waiting for a message that never comes. There is a deep vulnerability here that is very touching. They are not trying to play games. They are not trying to be manipulative. They are genuinely just scared. They are like a child standing on the edge of a diving board, looking down at the water, convinced the water is too cold or too deep or too dangerous, but desperately wanting to jump. They want the thrill of the swim, but they are paralyzed by the fear of the impact. They want the connection, but they are paralyzed by the fear of the letdown. The energy is suggesting that they are close to breaking point. The anxiety of not knowing is becoming worse than the fear of rejection. The what if is haunting them. What if they did care? What if I texted and they were happy to hear from me? What if I am ruining this chance by overthinking it? These questions are starting to gain traction. The desire for connection is beginning to outweigh the fear of indifference. They are realizing that the pain of potential rejection is temporary, but the pain of regret is permanent. They are starting to understand that not texting you is a guarantee of nothing happening, and the nothing is harder to bear than the something. I keep hearing the phrase, just one chance. They feel like if they could just get one chance to talk to you, really talk to you, they could show you who they are. They feel like they have been misunderstood or that they haven't been able to fully express themselves. They want the opportunity to explain, to share, to connect on the level they know you are capable of. They feel like there is a frequency you both can tune into, but the static of their fear is blocking the signal. They are also thinking about the timing. Is it too late? Is it too early? Is it the middle of the workday? Is it too late at night? They are trying to find the perfect moment, which of course doesn't exist. They are waiting for the planets to align. They are waiting for a day when they feel perfectly confident, which never comes. They are waiting for a sign from you that will likely never be as obvious as they need it to be. It is important to understand that for a Virgo, texting is not just a casual act. It is a communication of intent. It is a laying down of a card. They don't play their cards unless they know they have a winning hand or at least a decent chance of not losing everything. And right now, they feel like they are holding a hand of twos and threes. They feel underprepared. They feel outmatched. They look at you and see someone holding all the aces. They feel like the power dynamic is entirely skewed in your favor, and that makes them feel unsafe. But here is the secret that they are missing. Their power lies in their authenticity. Their power lies in dropping the analysis, dropping the perfectionism, and just being human. If they texted you and said, I've been nervous to text you, but I wanted to say hi, you would likely find that endearing. You would likely appreciate the honesty, but in their mind, that is the worst possible thing to say. To them, that is admitting weakness. To them, that is handing you a knife and turning their back. They are terrified that you won't care. because they don't see themselves as someone worth caring about in this moment. They are in a spiral of self-doubt. They are dissecting their past actions, replaying conversations where they might have been awkward or said the wrong thing. They are cringing at memories of their own behavior. Why did I say that? I sounded so stupid. No wonder they don't text me. They probably think I'm a loser. This inner critic is loud. It is relentless. It is drowning out the quiet voice that says they like you. Just reach out. So, what is going to happen? The energy is so tense, it feels like a rubber band stretched to its limit. Something has to snap. They cannot stay in this state of suspended animation forever. Eventually, the need to know will outweigh the fear of the answer. Eventually, the curiosity will kill the cat. They are going to text you. It might be clumsy. It might be casual. It might be out of the blue, but it is coming. The dam is leaking. The pressure is building. They are thinking about it every single day, multiple times a day. It is only a matter of time before the impulse wins. And when they do, they will be holding their breath. They will be staring at the screen, heart pounding, waiting for those three little dots to appear. That moment of waiting will be the longest moment of their life. They are terrified that the dots won't appear. They are terrified that the silence will stretch on and on, confirming their worst fear, that you don't care. But they need to take that risk. They need to jump off the diving board, because the only way to break the spell of the fear is to face it. If you are on the receiving end of this, know this. If they text you, it took an immense amount of courage. It was not a casual decision. It was a battle won against their own anxiety. They are not texting you because they are bored. They are texting you because they are obsessed with you. They are texting you because they can't stay away. They are texting you because despite their fear, they care, and they are praying with everything they have that you care a little bit too. They are hoping that the magic they feel is real and that they aren't just shouting into the void. They are looking for a lifeline. Be gentle with them. They are already terrified. They just need a sign that it's safe to come in.